Hello, everyone. I am doing this quick Facebook Live video because tomorrow night is the biggest MAW show of the year, Grand Slam 5. And hopefully, my friend Andrew will be on shortly so we could talk about the matches and what our thoughts on who's going to win and whatnot. So, okay, I see he's on now. So, let's not waste any more time. I'm going to bring him on. Give me 1 second, you guys.
Michael! Hey, Michael! Michael!
What's
Hey! Crazy night at work today. Selling stuff like crazy, getting ready for our Black Friday sale at Salvation Army on November 24th. So, getting everything ready to go, getting product out, and selling products as we go.
All right. I love the Salvation Army. I every year now I'm laying out my little secret. Every year around this time, I try to put a buck in that cattle, red cattle, every year,
Yep.
to a good cause. So might as well.
If you actually look at the register area at any Salvation Army, we've still got the kettles right there all year round.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. We keep them right at that register area. Make your donation anytime.
Okay, so now tomorrow is a big night.
And what I am bound right now is a $2,000 custom suit ready for the after party for the greatest show of the year. Woo!
And somebody, Steve
I got some
Young,
Mountain Dew today, all right?
hold on. Steve Young just said, you might want to put the camera close. No, if I put it too close, you'll see my big fat head.
Is he talking about mine? Is it that big?
No, he's talking about mine. He said you might want to put the camera down a little bit. I said, oh my God.
Here. See that? Eraser. There we go. Let's just take that. There we go. Get that out there. All right.
Is that better? Is that better, Stone Young? That's how close it's going to get.
If he's not happy about it, look at that. Up in that corner, there's Trish. There's Mr. Anderson, the revolutionary Bill Williams. So there, you got some more eye candy.
Yeah. And if, this is the best I can do. So.
Exactly. No. Hey, deal with it.
Yeah, exactly. It's
all right.
No, all we can see is your big forehead.
Michael, if we want to keep messing around with cameras, we're gonna be here all night.
Yeah, and I don't want to mess around with cameras.
No. So, we're not here to talk about faces. We're not here to talk about cameras. We're here to talk about Grand Slam 5 tomorrow night.
Exactly. And yeah, so there are 9 matches. So now tell me, which match are you looking forward to see?
That's a hard one to say because honestly, every one of them is a main event anywhere in the country. But
come on, Andrew, come on, cut the horse. At least one.
Yeah, I do have one. I do have one. I do have one particular that I'm really looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to seeing Joey Avalon square up with Masato Tanaka. I love Masato Tanaka's work when he was with FMW and ECW. A lot of the American fans probably didn't get to see him in the time of FMW or ECW. And it's sad because he brought a hard hitting Japanese style before we knew about Shinsuke Nakamura, before we knew about Io Sky. He was such a revolutionary. They brought the hard hitting style here to America. I can't wait to see him go match up with Joey Avalon. Honest. That's my opinion.
All right. All right. Well, I'll tell you what matches I'm looking forward to seeing tomorrow is Rampage Santana versus Clark Harness. And I gotta tell you, Rampage Santana says he wants to face the best, you the best wrestler in the world, and who who you know, and who better than Clark Harness, because he's from New Japan Pro Wrestling, and Rampage Santana says he's want to fight the best, so he's gonna get what's, you know, he's gonna get his wish come tomorrow night.
And this is actually a match that Rampage requested. He wanted this one. This goes back to an Ironheart Pro Wrestling show in January when he first stepped into the ring with him. This has got some history, and after just being in the ring with him for that little bit of time, he knew he wanted to have we wanted to go one-on-one with him to really test out what he's got. And he's taken on probably one of the, I don't want to even say the sharpest blade because that's wrong. He's taken on one of the best shots of the Bullet Club right now.
Yeah, and you know what? I think Rampage Santana is gonna be tested. Let's see, what he can do. Now the second match that I'm also looking forward to is the main event. Sierra defending the MAW Women's Championship against with Aja Khan. Now, she's going to be tested as well.
This is honestly going to be the most physically demanding match that I think Sierra will ever take on. You got Aja Khan. Started training back in the 90s, okay? We're talking 30 years of experience. One of her top rivals was Bull Nakano. And Bull Nakano was just as brutal as Aja Kong still is. I think Sierra is really going to be put under the microscope on this one. She's going to have the eyes of the world looking at her, defending the MAW women's title against one of the greatest Japanese wrestling legends in the history of Japanese pro wrestling. And here's the other thing. I was just watching some old Survivor Series. Aja Kong was in the Survivor Series in 95, and she was the sole survivor defeating Medusa when she was known as Alundra Blaze. It was a physical war, but with a spinning back fist, it can put the lights out, and we can see a new MAW women's champion. Honest.
Yeah. We just gotta wait to see what unfolds, because you never know what's gonna happen at these wrestling shows.
What was that?
I said, let's just wait and see what unfolds, because you never know what's gonna happen at these wrestling shows.
And with MAW, anything and everything can happen, especially when you look at the MAW tag team title match in what I think is the last shot for Royal Flava against the Violent Gentlemen, Kota Jacobs and Miles Mora. You got one shot. You got one more left in the chamber. You got to make this shot count. And I think they've set themselves up perfectly. They got their match. They set the Violent Gentlemen up perfectly in this little chess match they have. I think it's going to be the Flav's finest hour.
Mm-hmm. It's either go big or go home. That's
exactly. I, I don't think Alex and Diva are going to leave anything off the table. I think everything's coming on. It's all in.
now a lot of match that I'm looking forward to is the system versus I'm not gonna try to butcher his name. He's
Would you like?
from Impact Wrestling and whatnot. So that's gonna be another match. Now the system will also be tested because he's an Impact Wrestling star, you know.
Well, with System, he's been in the ring. He got to be in the ring with the Impact Wrestling World Champion Alex Shelley, and he hung very well with him. But this is going to be a different test. We're talking a grappler on the level of, and I'll help you out here, Jonathan Gresham.
Oh.
This is a elite grappler. Caitlin Diamond has told me stories about her and Jonathan in the Ring of Honor dojo. And it's just like being at, I would talk about Davey Richards' team, how they're compared to the Snake Pit in Wigan. They stretch the living crap out of you. So System has to not only think about what he's going to have to do to avoid all this, but how much punishment he's going to have to deal with. If I hadn't gotten the respect that I have for the System now, the old me would be saying, "Oh, he's going to get it. Oh, he's going to get it." I honestly cannot wait to see what System brings to the table when he takes on the octopus, Jonathan Gresham. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. And I want to see who's going to win that match and whatnot. And another match that I'm looking forward to is that huge battle royal for the Women's of Nations title. Who do you think is going to win that?
You know, you look at how the year has progressed from last year's Grand Slam to this year's, and McCully Rose has made leaps and bounds improvements with being in the ring with Tootie Lynn Ramsey, Holiday, Sierra multiple times. She has improved her wrestling game so well that honestly, my pick will go to McCully Rose, doing something that nobody has done in MAW history and retaining the Women of Nations Championship for the first time ever. And there's going to be a lot of names in this one this year. You have Tommy Spider Baby Saturday coming back to MAW. You have Leonard Literacy going into this one. Nikki XS that we had earlier this summer, she's going to be back in this. And a newcomer I can't wait to see in Rachel Armstrong.
Mm-hmm. And let's not forget about Shay Diesel. I think he's in the battle or not.
He's gonna be a heavy favorite to beat this, but we said that last year with Mitch Paradise, and it took chicanery, but Mitch Paradise went over that top rope.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we just gotta we gotta wait to see what unfolds because every match I'm just looking forward to see because and what about we cannot forget about this tag team match between ODB and Rachel Ellering versus
Blonde Force Trauma, Heather Monroe and Ray Lynn. For the first time in 2 years, we have Blonde Force Trauma back. By the way, hey Levi, hi Ref, hey Levi, hi Ref. He said hi, so
yeah, hi.
Hi Levi.
I know you can see my big fat head, but can't help it.
Right now you remind me of, honestly, you remind me of Wilson from Home Improvement right now. We'll go with we'll say, come on, Wilson. That's the first thing I thought of is, oh my God, it's Wilson. Back to this women's tag team match. This is going to be interesting because you got the strong finesse of Rachel Ellering combining herself with the unpredictability of ODB against a team that has won multiple tag team championships around the country with Blunt Force Trauma. And you've seen it with Ray Lynn, still out there, still getting experience, even though she hasn't been with MAW in a long time. She's still getting out there, keeping herself busy. Heather Monroe right now, Ironheart Pro Women's Champion, who wants to continue her momentum as she goes to next weekend to take on a former Ironheart Pro Women's Champion in Jody Threat. So she wants to keep her momentum going as well. Now, what's going to happen is the new combination of the new Minnesota Wrecking Crew, and I will say new because it is not the first incarnation of the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, as we saw with Gene and Ole Anderson. And you can't call them the Home Wrecking Crew because that was Lacey and Rain from way back in the day. By the way, that's another person I wish we could have here again, is the Ravishing Rain.
Okay. Yeah. It's like every match is so important, and I can't wait to see who wins that match and whatnot. Oh, and what about, now we can't forget about Paul Vert defending the MAW championship against Will.
The Real Drago.
The Real
And let's look at the Real Drago for a sec. This guy is the most imposing physical Russian specimen we've got in MAW right now. He's been dominating the scene in Florida, and now he wants to come back here, and he wants his first taste of MAW gold. The problem is you got the problem, and almost 500 days as MAW champion.
Wow.
500 days.
That's impressive.
We're in an era right now where we see these long dominant champions, but the thing about Paul, he has not backed off from a challenge. When we go back to the beginning of the year, Heart of a Warrior, it wasn't supposed to be him and La Australia for the title. You know what Paul said? Piss on that. I'm going to put the title on the line. He is a fighting champion. He'll take on all challengers. This last second switch from Cordoba to the Real Drago, this is a big difference. You're talking someone that could match up very well to now someone that honestly, Paul had a struggle with Toa Leona, and this is someone that is on the size of Toa Leona. So I think this is going to be a hard challenge for the problem. Do I still think he can win? Absolutely. Do I want him to win? Yes, because I want to be able to be in the ring with him, to be able to give just one soccer punch, one good punch to that little twit, Johnny Oxbow.
Yeah. And you know what? And like I said, if Paul Vert does win and retains his title, I would love to see him get in the ring with Johnny for 5 minutes.
It's a game. There's no way out. You got 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes to do whatever you want to him. If he wants to let you have a good smack, he'll probably let it. I've said, dude, just let me have one punch. One good punch in that little pipsqueak mouth.
I want to just take that ratty ass hair of his, and I just want to pull it all out and smack the daylights out of him. I
agree. I'd love to do that. Trust me, and that's why we're hoping it's going to be a challenge. Especially, let's remember one other aspect. This is a lumberjack match. Wrestlers will surround the ring. If a wrestler goes outside the ring, they got to get him back in. And we've seen it in the past. there can be some chicanery, but I think this could still be in this could be in the Burke's hands by winning this one. And I go back to Isle last year when it was the system against Paul Verk in a lumberjack match for the title. How ironic that we're back in a lumberjack match for the title.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's just, I mean, each year, you know, each year it's gonna get better and better,
Yep.
Because I've been to the last three, except for one, Grand Slam shows and whatnot. And I can personally tell you, it's gonna get big, it's gonna get better, So the best thing to do is be ready because you never know. I like a big crowd. I think this year is gonna be the biggest crowd yet.
I think they are talking this is going to be a big crowd, especially to see this. The Women of Nations Cup. We have 4 international stars. Lady Luck of the USA. Viva Van has said she'd like to represent her home country of Vietnam. You have Japanese sensation Sumi Sakai and Australian sensation Shaza McKenzie. You are looking at probably going to be one of the finest Women of Nations Cup matches in Grand Slam history, honestly. This is going to be such a great match. And Laney Luck has said, I cannot wait to be back in the ring with Viva Van. I've waited a long time to be in the ring with Sumi Sakai. And you know that they want a piece of Shaza McKenzie too.
Yeah, yeah. And this is gonna be a great show, great matches, and
And the
you
guests.
but just put your shit aside and get the job done.
Yep.
You perform, entertain all those fans because trust me, I've been to Grand Slam shows before. I can see the atmosphere of the crowd, and when the crowd gets loud and cheering and booing and heckling, that's what I like.
That energy is what drives these men and women that climb in that ring. Here's something else I want to add is, we got all this stuff going on in the world right now. Put it off to the side. Come on in, enjoy yourself, sit down, have your popcorn, have a soda, and enjoy what we are going to produce tomorrow night. And we're probably going to, I don't want to forget about it. And I'm going to say it right now to make sure that everybody else knows it. We do respect all the veterans that have put their lives on the line. We do give them their respect tomorrow.
You damn right. You damn right.
Yep.
And that's what another thing is going to make it big because tomorrow is Veterans Day. And usually I don't talk about it, but I'm going to say it anyways. My dad is a Vietnam veteran. And I can say the same thing about my brother-in-law, Jerome. He's also a Vietnam veteran.
There's somebody else you got to give thank you to tomorrow.
Who?
Fred Yerke is a Navy veteran.
Oh, okay.
So make sure you go up to Fred and shake his hand, thank him for his service tomorrow. You know I will, because that for me, that's the wrestling dad. If it weren't for Fred Yerke, I would not honestly be in this business still. I probably would still be driving for Papa John's, or I'd probably be there would be a second full-time job with Salvation Army, and I thank Salvation Army for giving me the freedom to be able to go out and still do my thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Daniel Rose says, I love that Trish Stratus picture. Yes, I just put it up there, Daniel. So, and Brian Stagger, the MAW commissioner, will always be on top.
By the way, I just got told about this. Brian Sager will be making a special appearance at Grand Slam. and he has a special announcement about the beginning of the year.
Okay, let's not spoil.
No, let's close. That's all I'm telling you. By the way, I really like that Trish pick. I framed mine.
Oh, cool. For me,
Yep, as you can see, just about everything I have gets put in frame.
oh my God, you went all out.
Yeah, I did.
Mhm.
I still have all these. Over in the closet, there's probably another 20. I'm waiting on how I want to arrange this wall. There is actually the wall behind the door. I'm probably going to be saving that for when I get the 8x10s of Aja Kong, Sumi, and then there's going to be a big rising sun on that one. That'll be my tribute to the Japanese wrestlers of wrestling.
Okay, all right. So, do you got any final words on the show tomorrow? Because we gotta get some rest.
I just want everybody to come out, enjoy themselves. Please, guys, come out and enjoy yourselves. Big Cat,
Big
I
Cat,
support Big Cat Bill Williams.
oh, we can't forget about him. Can't forget about Bill Williams.
Love
See,
you, man. I
that's
love you,
another.
Bill. Bill, you're my boy.
Yes, yes.
I know it's supposed to be something else, but no, you're my boy, Bill. But I want everybody to come out and enjoy themselves. I want everybody to come out and enjoy that. This is some of the finest quality matches that we are going to put on this year. And the guest list: Stan the Lariat Hansen, Tori Wilson, Candice Michelle. We got Deborah. We got Chavo Guerrero. And we even got the ones from New Japan coming out to do an autograph session.
Wow.
So I'm really wanting everybody to come out and enjoy themselves tomorrow. Right now, my batteries are charging so that Travis Sharp doesn't have anything to complain about when it comes to his microphones. The one part I'm upset about, and I'm not taking anything away from her. Kaylin Diamond will not be joining us for Grand Slam this year. She and her partner are in Boston having vacation. Congrats to you. You deserve it. I can't wait to see you next weekend as part of Ironheart Pro Wrestling, but we're going to miss you this weekend. So joining me on commentary, we're going to call the fire department. We're rejoining the A-Team. Phil Jordan is coming back with me on commentary tomorrow. And also joining me, my close, as Dream would say, my close personal longtime friend, AWA announcer, and honestly, the voice of the Midwest, the one that has helped me out my whole career, Slick McCarsh will be joining me on commentary as well.
Okay, that's awesome news. And what is Daniel Rose saying now? Great card for Ironheart.
Ironheart is really bringing out a lot on this one. I think that's why this match with Clark Connors for Rampage, it's going to be a great test as he goes into next weekend against Martin Stone.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's gonna be a huge test. So
it's going to be a physical test, but Rampage wanted this. He wanted to get in the ring one-on-one with Clark Connors.
mm-hmm.
You get what you wish for.
That's right. And I got something to say before we let everyone go for tonight.
Floor's yours.
Now here's my thoughts. I want all the talent to put on the best show. Get your shit together, come out of the ring, and put on one hell of a performance. Because I'll be right in front row watching, along with my assistant Sean Knapp and his cousin Ryan. So we're gonna be in the front row and we're just gonna watch. So bring your A game.
Watch watch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't buy that for $1. I think there's going to be a little chicanery out of you, Mr. Pam.
Yeah. If you call me Mr. Pam, I'll look over my shoulder. Just call me Michael, and So yeah.
No,
But you know me, Andrew.
you did
I'll
not just steal Brian Sager's and I's line.
what?
You did not just say that. You did not just use our line. Oh, Rampage! He stole the line!
Gosh. Oh, yeah.
You open a can of worms on that one, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to tomorrow night. This is MAW's last show of the year. So we are going out with a bang.
That's
And
right.
also we also like everybody to come out and support this one. Support the Women of Nations and Eagle Nest Shelter.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys, we're about to head out. Um, we got a big show to go to tomorrow. So peace.
So
Peace.
yeah, and hey, remember, acknowledge him.
Oh hell.
I couldn't help it, Michael. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it.
Right. Have a good night.
You too, Michael. We'll
Yep,
see.
we're
We'll
out
see
of
you tomorrow.
here. Yep.
Good night.
Good night.